at some point in their career. Actually, they kind of did, but I don't know much about it. But I just love this album, and when I saw it on the shelf, I just had to get it. This one I got for my birthday in 2017. My grandmother got it for me. Let me tell you this, my grandmother just knows what I love, and she's just awesome because of it. This is Countdown to Extinction, and I actually really love this album a whole lot. And this is when the band started getting pretty political with the stuff. In fact, they were political to begin with, but it's a really good one. And plus, this was their first #1 album. Actually, no. I totally got that wrong. This was their highest charting album, peaking at #2. The one artist that beat them at #1 was Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart. And I got pretty PO'd about that too. This one should have hit #1. But apparently the ladies just love Billy Ray Cyrus. I don't know what to say about that. This one is a used copy, Euthanasia. And the album's cover is pretty messed up. I never really properly listened to this album, but it's got they're one of the most famous songs, Tout le monde, which is also a beer line they created, based on the song. And this is a pretty good album. Plus, these two tracks here were previously unreleased. I don't know if you can see them. Millennium of the Blind, and the second one here. I don't know why you can't see it. Let me zoom in. Okay, well, two of these would be re-released on Megadeth's album 13, which is also a good album. This one I got from Record Benders as well. The World Needs a Hero. Again, I didn't really properly listen to this album, but it looks really cool. I love the title track. I should probably listen to it completely one of these days, if I ever have the time. And one of their most recent work, Dystopia. This was I discovered this album around the same time I started listening to them. This album I just listened to completely. The Threat is Real, Dystopia, Fatal Illusion, Death from Within, Bullet to the Brain, Post-American World. And this is pretty much my second favorite Megadeth album. And they got a new one coming out next month, so I can't wait for that one. Next, we got one of my most favorite bands, and they're in my top 10. Oh, hold on a second. Def Leppard. These two albums here I got from Amazon, where you can get almost anything in the whole world. Pyromania, one of their best-selling albums, and Hysteria. Don't mind my brother. I don't know what he's talking about. But yeah, he's right there. Just say hi. Subscribe to him. Yeah, there he is, being a complete moron.
This is what you'll see on my channel.
Yeah, so anyway, this album here contains some of their most famous hits: Rock Till You Drop, which is a fun song, Photograph, Stage Fright, Too Late for Love, Die Hard the Hunter, Foolin', Rock of Ages. In fact, I actually saw Def Leppard in 2017. I went there with my dad. It was also his second time seeing them. The first time was in 1992, around the same time they released Adrenalize, which I have a copy. It's used from Record Benders. Now, this album, I just had to get it. This is Def Leppard's magnum opus. It's got a lot of their most famous songs here. And really, it just speaks for itself. This is an awesome album. It's got their most famous song, "Pour Some Sugar on Me," and let's be real, everybody just loves that song. Am I right? Adrenalize, which is the first album they'd release after Steve Clark would tragically pass away. What sucks is that he died the same way Bon Scott did, alcoholism. But that guy, Steve Clark, had a lot of troubles behind all that. And that's really sad. What sucks is that he died the same year Freddie Mercury did, so rock and roll lost some really great heroes. One of these songs, "Have You Ever Needed Someone So Bad," I hear quite often on Menard's radio. And it's one of Def Leppard's most beautifully written songs. I just love it. It's even got, their opening track is what really gets you pumped. "Let's Get Rocked." When I saw I cannot speak tonight. When I saw Def Leppard live in Lincoln, here in Nebraska, unfortunately they didn't play that song. I'd hope they played "Run Riot," which is on their previous album, Hysteria. But they played a lot of their famous songs as well. "Love Bites," "Armageddon It." It's good stuff. This one I got from Record Benders as well. "Euphoria," which was released in 1999. Again, I never did properly listen to this album. I loved the opening track, "Demolition Man," and their second one, "Promises." It sounds very poppy, but they go back to their hair metal roots, and here's the dudes right here. They were a bunch of pretty boys when they were much younger, weren't they? It's probably what made them famous. But these guys are really cool. And, yeah. This is their most famous album, Diamond Star Halos. No, most recent. What is wrong with me? I have not listened to this album properly, but I had to get this one since I saw it. It would have been the first Def Leppard album I ever got on vinyl, but someone had to disagree and had me get the CD version instead. It really sucks, but the vinyl version was $49, but that's really less than what you pay for a single video game. I still would have gotten it. Still, though, I've listened to the first two tracks, "Take What You Want" and "Kick," which I heard on the radio the first time before it was officially released. Maybe tonight I'll pop this in my radio. And one of my favorite live albums, "Mirror Ball," which is just really cool. It even has disc 3 features a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. It even has music videos for 9 Lives featuring Tim McGraw, which is a very legendary collab song they did. They even got "Rock Rock Till You Drop" as one of the songs they play in the first 2 discs. I cannot speak today. My brain is not working. "Rocket," "Animal," "Come On, Come On," "Make Love Like a Man," which that's a fun song. "Too Late for Love," "Foolin'," 9 Lives, which they play live, but Tim McGraw doesn't show up. It would be cool if he did, though. Now, a lot of you guys might consider me lame here, but I can't just reject these guys because they're a childhood favorite band. Creed, all these 4 albums here I just had to get from the local record shop we got, Record Benders. That's their debut album, "My Own Prison," "Human Clay," their 3rd album, "Weathered," and their 4th and most recent, "Full Circle," which was released in 2009. These guys are just very great. They get criticized because their music is considered too depressing, repetitive. But here's the thing, though, that we shouldn't be a stranger to that because other bands somewhat like them have sounded the same way. Pearl Jam has made depressing tunes as well, and they get praised for it. Why shouldn't Creed get some points for that? And since they've gone their separate ways, I do hope that one of these days they reunite, getting over their differences. They say that Scott Stapp was the reason for the band's breakups. And I'll admit he has a past of issues, but he's actually done a lot better now. And one of the former bandmates of Creed says that a reunion is possible, but that was back in 2020. I don't even know if they will this year or the next, but I hope they do. I'd definitely see them live. I'd really love to see them live. And lastly, I have almost the whole discography of AC/DC. A lot of these are gifts. One of them is a used copy from Record Vendors. But when I was a teenager, these guys were the only band I'd listen to. I'm a big AC/DC fan. Let's start with Razor's Edge. I wanted to get my hands on a copy of this since I first heard Thunderstruck. I got it as a Valentine's Day gift, and it's one of the best I ever got. Flick of the Switch. I think I got it for either my birthday or for Christmas. I forget which one, but I mostly wanted this album because it's got Guns for Hire, which is one of their coolest hit songs. Let There Be Rock is one I also wanted to get my hands on as well. And this was one of AC/DC's best albums when they started really kicking it when Bon Scott was still around. Highway to Hell is honestly my personal favorite album because it's the first of their music that I started listening to. In fact, my dad came home with this one day, and I thought, these guys look so weird. I was much younger back then when I discovered them. And of course, it's got some of their best known songs. In fact, I just listen to the whole album every now and then because it's just freaking cool. And fun fact, I actually met a guy while working who says he actually got to say hi to Bon Scott just the day before he died. And what a privilege that was, I bet. I would have loved to meet the guy too. Rock or Bust. I was really pumped for this album the year it was released. And as we all know, it was the first album without Malcolm Young. It really sucked when he was announced dead, but he had a lot of issues going on. Dementia being how he died. It was really sad. And this is also their shortest album. But I got no problem with it. These guys still got it. Being 40-something years in the business. Internationally, they debuted in 1975, so that's my best guesstimate. I found this at a local Salvation Army, Black Ice. This is a really good one. And it was the last one they'd release while Malcolm was still in the band. You can barely see the songs here listed, but this was released in 2008, and the band still pretty much got it. It's produced by Brendan O'Brien. I've heard of the guy. He produced the Pearl Jam stuff. Stiff Upper Lip. When I saw this at Record Vendors, I just had to get it. This is also their first album that they released in the year 2000. Talk about a debut for the new century, am I right? And a lot of these songs I've discovered on YouTube. Stiff Upper Lip, Safe in New York City, which the music video I thought was pretty cool, but people living there in New York City don't feel safe now. But this is a very good album. I really recommend it. This one I got for Christmas, I believe. In fact, I think it was part of a Secret Santa thing I did for a school program I was in. It contains the band's performances, all across the world. I know that these songs, these performances were recorded in other parts of the world. This is a pretty good live album, but my favorite live album from AC/DC is Live at River Platte, which I got for Christmas. I listen. My brain cannot work. I hate that. This was released in 2012, and this was during the Black Ice tour. How I know this is well, Rock and Roll Train, Black Ice, Big Jack, War Machine, and that's about it. This was when they were live in Argentina, I believe. We actually have a place in Nebraska called Platte River, so I was led to believe that they performed live in Nebraska, but unfortunately not. That would have been cool, though. The AC/DC is the #1 band that I'd really want to see live before any more members die. In fact, it's actually a dream to see them live. Ball Breaker. I mostly got this album because of... Okay, when I was much younger, I didn't even know what the song Hard as a Rock was about. I was a teen, so you expect a teenager to know what songs like that are about. When I got older, looking back, I now know what it talks about, and kind of makes me cringe. And it's very awkward. This has got some of their best known songs here. Hail Caesar, and it's literally about Julius Caesar. They got this, another Christmas gift, but this was so cool. Bonfire box set. It has one live album, a bunch of an album here called Volts, which is alternate takes of songs that they'd release. I even got two live recordings of the Let There Be Rock movie, which I have on Blu-ray, and a re-release of Back in Black. Plus, it comes with a booklet that chronicles AC/DC's time with Bon Scott when he was still around. And there were a lot of facts here that I didn't even know about. I'm pretty sure in this booklet I saw an excerpt from Angus Young saying that when you're young, you feel like you're immortal, and he's right. When you're young, you actually feel like you've lived forever. Bon Scott's death was a reminder that we don't live forever. Eventually we die. And that's about it. That's my whole CD collection. This might be split in 2 parts. I don't know. If it's 2 parts, it would probably be a pretty long video. That's my whole CD collection. I'm gonna show off my vinyl collection in another video. Please tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Ultra749 saying rock on, God bless, and good night.